Sanderson 10-2 says this: Houseman is a priority for Michigan and USC, so he likely isn't coming back. Let him go somewhere where we can beat him for the next 3 years. That's a huge loss. You got to figure out a way to keep him. Do you want to see him at USC or Michigan? No. Are you kidding me?
That's exactly why you need to keep him,
dude. Listen, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder now if he goes to either one of those schools when they play Nebraska, right? Because he's from Nebraska. We had him. Obviously, for whatever reason, we didn't treat him right, or he didn't like something, or he would have stayed.
A lot of just not sustainable stuff going on.
You don't leave a place where you treat it right.
Instability here, yeah.
I'm just saying, if you treat it right, even in instability, you still stay. And I'm not saying we're not treating it right, but in his eyes and his mind, obviously, it wasn't something. We didn't give him something that he wanted to stay.
Yeah,
whatever that something is.
And he also probably just raised his profile. I have to go back and look at his offers coming out of high school, but he wasn't like highly. I mean, he was good. He's a 3-star. So I don't know if he had USC and Michigan and all those teams on.
No, he didn't have USC and Michigan on him coming out of high school.
Yeah.
In Western Nebraska, where's he from?
Columbus.
Yeah, well, Columbus. I mean, no. But, you talk about a kid that's making the most of his opportunities. You know what I mean? You got to think about this, too, okay? He was buried on the bench, okay? He was buried, right?
Mm-hmm.
To start the year. He came in, and I told you guys that, to me, he was playing the best linebacker we had. He was playing the best ball at linebacker. So if he felt that way, and he felt like he had to ride behind a guy who wasn't better than him. See, now you got a problem. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just giving you some ideas of what could have happened.
I mean, maybe he probably one of those kids who wanted to beat the guy out just playing wise instead of by default, because Henrich lost it from getting hurt. So, maybe he wanted to just make his play known that he could beat him out, and things didn't go that way. And and sorry he had to play because the guy was injured. Maybe he just wanted to win the position on his arm, but that's how the game goes. So,
well, if you got 3 linebackers, shouldn't he have already been playing?
Well,
listen, if you're going to mess around and put Caleb Tanner out in space, you might as well put this kid out there.
Yeah.
Okay. He played linebacker. He understands drops. Not that Caleb can't get it, because I'm gonna tell you now, there ain't no way, ain't a snowball's chance, and where that Caleb Tanner will be putting his hand down in the NFL. It is not happening.
But you got to ask yourself this: did the linebacker coach put the best athlete on the field? No.
Well, so don't look like it to me.
Well, and sadly too, I just think it might just be where the state of the program is, because I think nowadays with the transfer portal, you can live out a few of your dreams. If his dream was to run out of that tunnel for Nebraska, check it off check it off the checklist. If another one of his dreams was to play in a top 10 battles and go on the road and play in great environments, you might have to leave Nebraska to he's had losing seasons here, right?
And Southern California do sound great.
Woo.
Yeah, there's also that. Yeah.
It's called upside. Okay, he was a true freshman, and his last 3 games, he balled out for a true freshman with limited coaching. And those coaches are salivating because they're thinking to themselves, first of all, this dude as a true freshman was balling. Second of all, what if we get him and put him in the system and bulk him up? What is he going to be? See, you can't keep looking at the begin game. You got to look at the end game. The reason why the end game has been so dulled around here is because guys haven't gotten better substantially.
Yeah. Enough of them.
Well, no, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, give me one guy who came in as a freshman that got better before he left.
Out of this last class, I mean, I think you could say that, especially out of the previous class.
And I ain't talking. I'm talking pre-Mickey.
Yeah,
I'm talking pre-Mickey.
It's like a JoJo Doman.
Okay, I mean,
yeah, like I said, there's some guys.
You got that's one.
Yeah,
give me another one.
I mean, Lamar Jackson a few years ago. That's more of a Mike Riley guy. He kind of stands out because he really came on strong by the end of his year.
Okay. So good.
Yeah,
TC says this makes you wonder if these young men think, hey, Nebraska sucks. Maybe I can start there and transfer to a good school. Dang, start there and get up out of there, huh?
Yeah, kids want to win. Sometimes winning is better than money, so you got to think about that too.
Well, not just that, money down the line. That's what I was saying with Iowa earlier.
Whoa. Did you just say winning was better than money?
I mean, in college football, it was because we played in a broke era because we was broke and we won, so we didn't get the economies that these kids are getting. We didn't get all this stuff.
Right. What you're talking about though now is a figment of our imagination.
I mean, yeah,
it'll never be the same as it was when we were in school.
And that's why these kids don't respect football now, because they want to transfer if they don't like it. They want to transfer if you say something wrong to them. They want to transfer if you just sit them on the bench for a couple of plays. They're never going to be happy.
Yeah. You got some points there, sir. The real question about the quarterback for Michigan is if Daddy's boy offensive coordinator in Iowa knows how to use him.
Yeah. And probably not.
I'm getting some feedback here.
Yeah. It's been bad the last couple of days.
Okay, cool. I'll keep it moving there. There you go. Whatever you just did, it worked. Is there going to be the return of the fullback? It's supposed to be.
I hope so, yeah. Maybe more of an H-back, but.
I mean, it's supposed to be. You better not see. Forget the H-back for a minute. An H-back is an H-back. A fullback is a full back. Yeah, your I-back, fullback, H-back, quarterback. Fullback's different than H-back.
Yeah.
A fullback is a bruiser. He's a guy that he knows what his job is. I'm going to go and try to crack your helmet. Those are all Nebraska fullbacks. That's the mentality of Nebraska fullback.
Yeah.
I was one for 2 years. I could never get a hold of that mentality to go crack people's helmets from a distance. I never could understand why I would run 10 yards. We'd be 10 yards apart, and you run an ISO, and the linebacker's going 100, you going 100, and then you clam hands like Rams. Cram.
Yeah.
Right?
And they don't get much of the glory for doing it.
But boy, I figured out at tight end that if I could be a little sneaky, like a little weasel. If I can be like a little weasel. You ever seen a weasel? Weasel eat a lot of stuff bigger than him, and he's relentless. This little dude, and if I catch you slipping from an angle and you didn't know I was coming, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. 1919 says this. I can't remember who said this morning, but they said it easily transfers into a 4-2-5. So are we sure he's coming and it's a 3-5? Or is it more a sit and wait and see what they say? I think it's the latter. It's more of a sit and wait.
Yeah, they might.
You don't know he's going to run a 3-3-5. He's got to know he's coming to the. That's not. It works in the ACC. It will not work in the Big Ten.
But I think that's what they hired. They didn't hire a guy. There's a lot of different guys with 4-3s, 3-4s that you could went out there and hired with a lot more experience in it. He brings a 3-3-5, so that's what I'm expecting him to bring. And again, I think Nebraska should line up and look like a Big Ten West team, but they still think. I mean, staff after staff thinks that they need to come up with some crazy idea that's going to change the Big Ten. It just might work, but at some point, I think you just got to look like the other teams in the Big Ten. But that's just me.
Well, we'll see what they do.
But it is versatile. I can go. That's the thing about it. Again, we act like Wisconsin just runs heavy set and that's it. So the 3-3-5, again, the idea is you can have as many in the box, on a certain play. If they line up, a heavy set. You can put 5 basically down linemen and just move your linebackers up. Or you can, if you want to do a 4-2-5, it can, kind of easily change that. The rover can jump up, play the or rover or safety, whatever that you wanted to move up and cover over a corner. So there's just a lot of versatility in the 3-3-5. And so when you think 3-3-5, yes, it's the base, but they're going to be having all different type of looks. And that's the idea, is that you're not going to know which look it's going to be. And it's an attack style defense. So it's also not just wait back and just, kind of let you get what you want to get. And Nebraska's kind of had that and hope to get turnovers here and there the last couple of years. It's going to try to force you to do some things offensively too, because it's attack style like the 3-4.
Yeah, Joe Walk says this. We should have hired Deion Sanders in Nebraska when had these problems. You know who Joe Walker is. That's the one-time national champion, Joe Walker, Tennessee Titan. And he also says Nebraska has lost his identity. And then lastly, but not, Tanner was the best player on the defense and didn't start. Well, I think he's talking about What we were talking about?
Caleb Tanner.
Houseman.
Oh yeah, Ernest Houseman. Yeah.
Houseman. Joe, are you talking about Houseman? Because Tanner started. Caleb Tanner started. He was one of the captains, so I know I always seen him walking out. Anthony says this: I played linebacker in Rover in college in a 4-3, and then switched to a 3-4. Big difference when you got a D lineman. Here we go. Thank you, Anthony. Big difference when you have a D lineman covering you up versus facing an uncovered O lineman. Not all backers are great with handling that. I was not. Could you imagine if you didn't have your big boys up front? Ogard, Christian Peter, Black Steel, Jason Peter, Woo, Steve Warren, all these guys, Joe Wilkes, all these guys in front of you. Could you imagine if you didn't have them in front of you, Black Shirt?
Oh,
and those guys would get on you?
Oh no, I couldn't imagine that. Don't want to imagine that.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's not Anthony, great take on that. I think you're exactly right. So unless you got you Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois. Who else can I say that's just straight power running? I'm gonna put Ohio State in there. Minnesota.
Yeah.
Listen, they ain't going for that. You if you got 3 guys and then the rest of the 8 guys are fast, kind of tweeners or
a lot of tweeners in this defense,
bro. If you let an offensive line double up to the linebacker, we perfected that, by the way. Tackle tight end, double up the linebacker, you're dead in the water. You are absolutely done because our momentum is going to carry us into you. And if you go left, guess what? The tackle's going to get you. If you go right, guess what? You got VJ, and you know I'm a weasel. I might cut you. So you ain't paying attention until you get hit. Now, let me keep it moving. Scraper says this. What are you guys thinking about the new strength coach? Proven? Is he proven?
His best.
He's got the Carolina Panthers players on I think Twitter, or I don't know what they did on TikTok, whatever they were doing it on his behalf, speaking for his behalf. So
well, I don't want to. I don't even want to equate Carolina Panthers with him being a good strength coach, because if that's the case, we're in trouble. Okay, and that's all play like look like Tarzan, play like Jane. We don't want that. We do not want that.